He moves.
Stomps through the ooze and wanders outside, kicking things as he goes.
Okay, you make your way back to the boat.
It's like he's drunk.
Charles has patched the boat. I think she's seaworthy. Not staying much longer, though. Ooh.
Don't worry, they're nice.
Marin is looking up to the sky. He's shielding his eyes. Slinda is not making eye contact with anything. Head down and coming along quietly. Marin is peaceful and calm, gets in the boat, and the boat takes you back to shore.
Where's the goblin? Not goblin. Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. And so we talk with a kobold.
Yeah, kobold. Yeah, sorry.
And with the party having left Sunny and the girl crystallized, puts their way back to shore. And I hand the DM stick back to Marty. Then I go piss myself because this was.
I need a bio break too. Ahmed, if you could just entertain the chat for a bit.
Dance, monkey, dance!
All right, I got to juggle the spell.
You should take a look at the treasures. There's quite a bit in there, and certain things that are difficult to identify.
Yeah, guys, that was pretty good. Those monsters are actually pretty scary. Now, if they had decided to wander into the same room together at some point, it would have been serious problems. But whoa, I haven't encountered anything like those before. All in one beautiful little package of an island. Let's see the magic that Adam's talking about. Journal, treasure, and party gear. Ooh, alchemical components, spell components, arcane scrolls, protection from chaos, shocking grasp, dark vision. Well, let Sunny scribe those before I copy them from his book. Potions, wand of levitation, that's pretty damn good. Manacles, yeah. Notes on aberrant flesh, dimensional shackles, yeah, that's what we picked up. Yeah, +4 deathless Hell Knight leather armor, that's pretty cool. Hell Knight sailor disguise. We could just wait to see like some. I guess he doesn't take a boat. This person would probably teleport there. But I don't know. That leaving the Belichicks are here was pretty funny. Pay your taxes. I'm not really sure what Deathless does though. I don't remember. 20. Oh, Deathless. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm already starting the new piece of adventure now. Let's see how that goes. This armor protects the square from harmful negative and positive energy. First 10 points of positive and negative energy per attack. Wow. Wear has a 25% chance to ignore negative levels from any attack. Wow.
Deathless is pretty good.
Deathless is pretty damn impressive.
You need to remember your arcane spell failure, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't play arcane casters much?
You need a feat, which we in the regular raw, it's swift action to kind of diminish the arcane spell failure. We just kind of said it always applies. So give me a second.
What do you mean?
We made the feat arcane armor mastery or arcane armor better. So studded leather has an arcane spell failure of 15. So with 1 feat you could have 5% chance, and with 2 feats you could have 20 off.
Okay. So yeah, Desaad's armor right now is it's 20% actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
significant.
it's
1 in 5,
20%.
right? Oh, you also have an item which you didn't use because I don't know if you realized you had it. You had the Quick Runner's Vest. Free action to gain an extra move.
Oh.
And you also have foot wraps of striding and springing, so I don't know if you've affected your movement rate.
I have 30, 10 with that, and he
Cool.
usually has 5 movement speed on his character, on his shifting.
All right. So has the I need an answer from the DM before I take the DM stick. How much XP? Because this is going to change how we spend downtime.
A lot of XP. Give me a second.
I hope you're doing math in the bathroom.
I was
XP
doing math. I
calculator,
was doing
so-
calorie math, and I went, you know what? I'm gonna have a whole extra meal because I'm not gonna. I will start to behave badly. Okay, so the spawn was a CR10.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
the Gug was a CR10.
That's some scary aberration BS
Yeah,
that's
I was
going on in that
saying.
place. And we didn't encounter the doctor, which means there's this giant dangling
Threat of danger.
thread and threat of somebody being angry that we knocked over. I haven't even looked at the treasure yet. Let's see.
Oh, you know what what I wanted to do? I wanted to check the other.
Ooh, look at this.
It would have been nice to check the other cages for samples.
You've got samples from the other cages.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
what-
so
you've got 6 samples of
six random samples.
6 random samples. All right, the 2 behemoth puddings were both CR9. And the lady in the cage whom you fought was effectively a CR7, but didn't have a class, so CR6, and didn't have gear. So we'll give you we'll say CR6 because the template. Okay, so that template, because it was introduced, the character is dead. It victimizes you by looking at you and drains your charisma once per day. Once you get to 0 charisma, you become a thrall for a period of time. After that period of time, you become like them. As in they replace, like you become like it's like a vampire type thing. Additionally, they get a bunch of powers, including the ability to take the form of somebody who looks like you. They get their charisma to their AC, and they get a move action dimension door to places where the victim can see at will. So they can
crap.
and like you teleport to the person you victimized. So these are things that are supposed to like haunt you and torment you over a period of time.
So what you're saying is that we stopped a fae that a kidnapping zombie spawning fae. Like if we've always kind of had this division of undead. Is it undead that's just an undead creature and it's Uki, or is it undead and it creates more of itself, right? And that seems to be the civilization doesn't like the kind that turned its citizens into more of something else.
Right. And then it could have attempted to look like to take the place. It could attempt to take the place of the person it's kidnapped, and technically they're fae, but they're mostly aberrant. So they're aberrant fae things. So that thing is a hell of a plus 2 CR template with some pimping ability scores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that thing was impressive.
It also makes them inherently evil. So
yeah, no kidding.
I'll eat your soul. Okay. Sorry, we'll go back to the stay on target, and we'll do an additional CR6 for
What about the turtles?
Turtles were last game.
You already did? Okay.
5,000 XP per PC. 5,260.
Nice. So where does that put us?
That puts us at 78,532, and we need 79,500. We are less than 1,000 away from our.
I killed the captain of the boat.
1,000 XP for level. We needed 20.
You need one of those CR9s.
I'm going to spend a DM point to say that we get our 7th level.
Oh, we can pay it off?
And you can pay it off. Like, you're in begging range. You're at like 1 out of 25, which is less than
cool
5%. So,
and then treasure is there. I'm actually going to do some stuff. So
Treasure's good. Treasure's pretty good.
Have 3 of the plastic strange containers holding fluid.
Which fluid is our freedom fluid? Solvent of freedom.
Do you have? Do you want me to highlight it or?
Oh no, I got it.
Solvent of freedom. There's also the strange fluid, similar to what you found on. There's a strange unidentified fluid. You have 3 of them now. You previously had 1, as well as there's these alchemical bottles with gray liquid inside.
And I have no idea what they are. Or I just haven't.
Well, you failed your roll on the plastic, on the plastic container with the strange fluid. So plastic being strange. So you failed.
Right. I remember you guys talking about the plastic. Yep.
You failed the roll on the solvent of freedom. Then the alchemical bottle with gray liquid. If you could throw it at the craft alchemy or an alchemy check against that.
I give an alchemy check. I think I succeeded against the solvent of freedom. Right. Sorry?
Maybe you did.
I think I got it.
You did get it. You got like a 34. I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm lying. Correct.
But you need. You want me to do an alchemy check? Sure.
Yes.
Okay, we bring the Mukau and the Kobold back to Steelrose.
40.
40? Okay.
Sorry, I'm ready.
You have those are oozes.
Oh.
So those alchemical containers with oozes inside, those are oozes. You smash it on the ground and an ooze pops out.
Okay, I think we're just going to give shelter to Rakmar and Toon and Slinda Grayscale at the Steelrose Mill, and we'll see over time if they develop into gang members or not. But for now, we're just giving them a place to recuperate and a friendly atmosphere to be in.
Okay.
Dee Dee likes Rakmar, and I think Agony is kind of like it sounds like there's a very deferred relationship between the Kobold and the Dragon Man. Like she's almost subservient in a way.
Automatically subservient.
Interesting.
So
Agony's not sure how, like he just kind of tolerates it. I think he's not really sure what to make of that.
So these strange alchemical bottles with the gray liquid are 3 alchemical bottles that contain gray oozes. You throw it, and an ooze appears where it lands, and it's an actual ooze trapped in a bottle.
Okay. You guys have debts with your trainers. Are you paying off your debts with your trainers before asking them to train you for your levels again?
One would hope so.
Okay, so I'm subtracting from the 5,500 gold pieces, 4,500 gold pieces from the debt that you guys had from your trainers.
Although there's the whole. Anyways, I'm gonna grab I'm do some food. I'll be right back.
Yep.
So what are we doing with the armor? Because if we're gonna sell that puppy.
No, I think Desaad or Capra needs to wear it. It really comes down to Capra or Desaad.
Okay, see if Adam wants it, because he's a main PC.
Yep. Let me start divvying some of this treasure up into components. So there's a bunch of money, which will go down below. Alchemical components and spell components. So I'm just going to put this on, cog. You're gonna get all the potions. You can divide those up. Some surgery tools and a spare alchemy lab. The healer's kit I'm going to take for Dee Dee, if that's all right.
Yep, makes sense.
Just as a refresh to her healer kit. Define Scroll of Bane. I think we're going to sell that. That feels like 20 gold or something.
These potions I'm going to drop under Agony.
Spell components. I've been just chucking these under Sunny. I'm pretty sure he can share when he runs out. The Wand of Levitate. Who wants that?
Who can cast that?
Lots of people. Agony, Sunny, Desaad, and then I have to check to see if Levitate is actually a bard spell. If it is, then we've got a few.
I think Agony for now. He's going to the greed.
You can cast it as a magus as well. Sure.
I'm giving you some potions.
Arcane scrolls I'm going to dump underneath Sunny because it's wizards first, basically, and that.
Well, yeah, I can copy them once he's done it. Yep. Once he's copied it.
All the masterwork manacles, I think we're just going to pile onto Amadeus. We're going to have to come up with...
Yeah, those manacles on Amadeus. That's a great idea.
I don't know if manacles act like ropes.
No, but you could rope somebody and then shackle them.
Exactly.
The dimensional shackles will also go on Amadeus, given that he's a bounty hunter. The Hell Knight sailor disguise.
Oh yeah, Desaad's taking that puppy.
Desaad. Cog is going to get these. The salt.
Adam. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So who's going to get the Hell Knight? The leather armor. Studded leather armor +4 is effectively +7 AC, with a +2 in competence bonus to, or is it circumstance? It's probably circumstance bonus.
Circumstance.
To intimidate.
If Desaad uses it, he would have an intimidate of. He has a +18 right now, but he has a fiery helmet of +2.
Okay, it would stack. It's a circumstance.
Yeah, circumstance stacks with competence. Is just your +5 competence doesn't stack with your circlet.
Yeah.
So, Capra's AC is unaffected by the armor because the mithril breastplate, which is also a very expensive piece of armor, is effectively the same. Right? It's got the same max dex bonus and it has the same ace armor.
So I'm just going to copy that right now onto Desaad.
Perfect.
And Desaad,
you go with that Hell Knight disguise.
You want to throw back your chain shirt?
Yeah, sure.
I'll grab that while I'm here. And I think a +2 chain shirt just ends up being sold.
Sure.
I think the basic pluses are not worth transferring.
No, no, they're not.
4,250 gold divided by 2, so that actually gives us a little bit of money.
Cool.
So that actually increases my AC.
Yeah, it should increase your AC by 1.
Yep.
The +1 arrow deflecting heavy steel shield. Does anyone use heavy steel shields?
Capra uses a buckler, but
I think it's a cool item, but I don't think
it was a random roll, baby.
Yep. So I think
what is the item? Sorry.
A +1 arrow deflecting heavy steel shield.
Desaad can carry.
we could punk the arrow deflecting rune out of it and then stick it on a buckler. Yeah. So I think this is a thing that you can pull apart.
Yep.
We also have a ghost light blade that needs to be pulled apart.
Yep.
Okay.
2.
The oozes and the notes on aberrant flesh. I think the notes on aberrant flesh go on Amadeus, and he can approach Cog when he wants to learn more about
how he was created.
Yep. What is an armor token to negate crit?
Okay, this is a Pathfinder 2 Inspire item. These are similar to the weapon crystals, except they are consumables, and you, as immediate action, can turn a crit into not a crit. It's consumable, so there's 3 of them. It takes 10 minutes of a weapon spec.
And they have to be on magic armor to work?
They have to be on magic armor to work.
Okay, I think we spread these around.
Everybody who doesn't want to die.
Can they be affixed to a natural armor amulet or bracers?
I'm totally cool with that. I see no reason not to.
Okay, so I'm going to give one to Amadeus. Give one to Desaad.
Yeah.
And one to Cog or Capra. Capra hasn't gotten anything yet.
I got an adventure full of memories.
We had at the top of the list alchemical vials with 6 samples. This, I think, came from the wizard Duggan was robbing. So these are like evil outsider samples?
These are evil outsider samples.
Okay. How many of those? How much are those things cost? The negate.
Those are PF Pathfinder 2 custom items. You'd have to find a way to create them.
Okay.
Like it's me taking something from Pathfinder 2 and bringing it over.
Yeah.
They're special.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle shark shells. What are these worth?
The turtle shark shells are worth. Depending on how much effort you put into selling them, they are a very good base material for armor. They are effectively worth 1,500 gold pieces each.
Divide by 2?
Or no, they're a crafting material.
Okay.
It's like a commodity.
Dugan can't use an acid flask as a weapon, right?
He can. It just doesn't explode with acid.
Right.
Okay. You know what? We might just have enough money to actually pay for our training. Let me see here. 3385 plus 1940 plus 1030 plus 3309.
We need to rob a bank or something.
All right, we've got 10 grand. It'll be about 1,000 gold pieces each.
Mm-hmm.
However, our training for this level is 700 a pop. Is 6,300.
Okay.
Which will be, we've got 4,600 left over, which I'm just going to throw in the slush because I don't think we each want 700 gold unless we're. I don't know. You let me know. Well, actually, we had 1,000 in the slush. We've got 5,800 in the slush fund right now.
Cool. What is Dee Dee's...
Solvent of Freedom. Dee Dee's
Yeah.
going to spend, I don't know, 5 days trying to free Sunny before finally one of the solvents gets used.
Yeah,
What
hear
is
that.
Dee's caster level?
6.
Well, does she level first?
7 after she levels. But Sunny, she's going to try it one more time, and then if it doesn't work, we're done.
Potion. Okay.
Give it a roll.
No. Okay.
Solvent of Freedom gets used.
Cog is crying in the corner. It's not worth it.
You'll be safe in there.
We probably could have paid a caster to cast Break Enchantment, but we're starting to wander into we don't know casters that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yep.
Coven of One.
Okay. So he goes, when he gets freed, he's like, there's a big ooze. Ooh.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
we fill Sunny in with what has been going on.
Ooh.
I'm going to go to the downtime sheet.
Yep.
And I'm going to look at the pre-generated how much downtime we have before a thing happens. Given that we're starting a new game, I'm also going to reset our DM points.
Those things were going fast and loose.
Because I need to spend some for this adventure. I could also say we end tonight, right now. But I think resetting.
Yeah, I donate mine. It's fine.
I just threw 900 calories of rice, beef, and beans into my belly because this wasn't part of my daily diet thing, but it's a pre-made meal, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm eating the food to get through game.
Yep.
If we stop now, I have to go run or something. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Calories, good. Okay. So the random generator generated a certain amount of time before the next adventure starts. Although I may need a DM point to interrupt that with something else. Characters, DM coordination, downtime. All right. So I need you guys to spend. 15 days of downtime, 10 of which is your training. You could spend double to quicken that training, but that double's coming out of your pocket because the party can't afford to double everyone's.
The Sod's gonna stay with the Sod and Cog will stay.
We'll train nice and slow.
Okay.
Yep.
It is the weather is warm. It's nice, but it's definitely not as hot as it was about a month ago. You guys are nearing the end of summer and the beginning of fall. And I need to know what you guys are doing or what you plan to do basically after you finish training. Like, what are you going to start to do? Slake is going to... he wants to do... trade, sorry. We need at least 2 people doing trading in order to get the money to pay for your training.
Capra will be one of the traders.
Okay.
The Sod will do the other.
Okay. Dugan's not here. Or, sorry, Mark's not here, so I'm going to say Dugan's also going to help with trading because he wants money. Capra's trading. Cog, what are you doing? Now, some of the things you could do include putting Taylor back
what's
together.
her name?
Yep. Also note, I put a new token down. She's a little shinier this time with a different hue.
A little bit different tempering on the
Yep.
on the finish.
Yep.
I'm spending a DM point for Amadeus.
Okay.
Amadeus has been having a hard time sleeping. And he has nightmares. When Mark's here, we'll do a scene.
Okay.
I'll spend it now or
I'm
later.
gonna put training nightmares. and I'm going to bold this so it stands out. We're like, hey, nightmares.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say that Amadeus does bounties, and there's a reason. There's a reason for that, but he's been using some of his time to go get bounties. Sunny and Dee Dee. Dee Dee wants to try to figure out if there's a way to break the enchantment that's on the little girl without using the 9th level spell. She's happy to have Sunny back. And like for her friend, she would do this, but she still feels compulsed to help. And plus, they took on an agreement with the little girl that they'd go and find her sister or whatnot. But she wants to help. She wants to go with Sunny to basically see if Coven of One can help free the girl, or find some method of freeing the girl. So I think it's magical research is basically free the girl. If Sunny doesn't want to come, she'll do it on her own.
No.
Because
Sunny likes puzzles.
Sunny might have spells or things that he wants to write. Of course, during your training, you can get 4 hours a day technically while you're doing training to write spells. So
he's pretty Poe right now. I don't believe there's anything on the scroll. He would like to make some scrolls, but
well, we have some scrolls already. Why don't you pen them? And then I could copy them from your book.
The party library. I went through the spells. You're welcome for this. This took a while, and I crossed off the ones that you guys already have in your spell books.
Oh, that is a.
I also added one spell book that was no longer useful to the selling. It was I think it was like the rat guy's alchemy book was like completely done. So one spellbook we're missing the spells from is Eric Von Schiele's traveling spellbook.
That one you stuck in.
Yeah, but we don't know what's in it.
So I described some of them. I'll put it all in there. I gave the first 2 circles worth of spells before. I'll reproduce it.
Okay. I think you said them and nobody wrote them down.
Yeah, it happens. I'm certain you know.
Well, it's because I got to the point where the most important part about an adventure now is writing out the treasure and copying and pasting it. So we're not playing this fucking scribing game of right. So yeah, I've got this big red thing. I'm like, Mark, you didn't write anything down. Adam didn't write anything down. But there's a spell book with 6 circle spells in it that no one wrote anything down for. I was like, kidding me?
Disintegrate is the first one.
Write down your shit.
Dusty knees.
Right now, Mark's ears are ringing a little bit. He's like, what's going on?
He's adjusting his mask and his other protective gear.
Agony after training. See, we don't have any money, so I think Agony is just going to meditate on greed, which is a really weird thing to say. He's basically kind of trying to prepare himself for the coming transformation.
I am so poor.
Yes.
This is bullshit.
Slake is going to he's going to trade, but he's doing trade in a different way. Slake is looking for better tools that aren't magical.
Okay.
Effectively, he's looking for like Uber masterwork tools or whatever the heights of masterwork were in D20 Modern. Like he's looking for a better bread maker basically.
Yep.
It toasts the bread and slices the bread, sort of type tool.
Eat time.
We don't have any coins at all. We do have $4,000 as a slush fund. We don't know. I don't know if the party is going to divide that by 9. And we've got this much money. This is after paying for our last level and our current level of training.
I don't see a need to split it, but
no, it's fine. Keep it as is.
It is a 5,000 gold piece diamond.
Which is why I don't split it.
Yeah.
Just in case we have an accident.
Who controls all the good loot? Casters. Who rules the world? Casters.
Pretty much.
Okay, Desad's rolling hit points.
Okay.
Ah, no ones.
Yeah, reroll that.
Hey, hold on. No. That was as a, what do you call it? It's not a D10, it's a D8, I believe, to check. Yes, D8. D8. Fuck me. Face punch time.
Yeah, it's a type of training that exists. All right. So interrupting your training and kind of your training, your trading and training. I'm going to spend a DM point as something is happening in the neighborhood, and I'm going to check to see who is involved. Is it the group that's trading, or is it the group that's doing other things? It is the trading group. So I need a Capra, Dugganschmirph, Dee Dee. Dee Dee's kind of doing like checking out markets to try to find items. Sunny, Desad.
Mm-hmm.
If you could bring your tokens to, if they're not already there, to the outside of Steelrose Mill.
Okay. Oh, do you need me to log out and log in again?
Nope. I trust you.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Agony's inside. Sunny's there. He's trading.
Sorry. I have my piles backwards.
Yep.
Which place are we going to be at? Which map, Marty?
The others might be. I'm forcing you there.
Okay.
The others might be there, and I'm going to take a moment to populate with what's going on. We'll say that Sunny and Dee Dee, if someone could grab Dee Dee's token, that'd be great. Did manage to kind of hook up with Dugganschmirph and Capra and Desad as they were going out to search the markets for magical things and to sell some of their goods. And Duggan ended up pilfering some noodles from the foreign market when you kind of jigged over there, and
there's one guy who's like, my noodles, like, what the
fuck. Yep. And so you guys are basically walking back to the Steelrose Mill, enjoying some noodles and some fried dishes of the hobgoblin variety. They've got all sorts of strange spices. We don't need
two. Dewdrop flies away.
2 DDs. You can see Amadeus huffing and puffing and trying to run towards all of you guys. He gets slowed down by a group of people that are standing outside the Steelrose Mill. And a veritable army of officials and thugs are crawling over your neighborhood when you return. There are a half dozen wagons. Some Imperial style, some prisoner wagons are in this massive train of people. And I'm going to start populating the street right across from Granomire's.
Okay, then. Good times.
Senior Deputy Cleon Chapbird's buttons are putting in work. Those are the most underpaid buttons you've ever seen.
Okay, I think we've got everyone we need, and then we need to start multiplying. All right, so there's the sheriff, there's the deputy, the sheriff's deputy. Okay. There are a bunch of deputies. We'll say that there are 12 deputies. Imperial Knight Officer, Imperial Knight, and Imperial Squire. Okay, we're going to say there are 2 squires for every knight, 2 knights for every officer. There we go. Get these guys multiplied. And then the army of hired thugs, there are at least 40 of these people. Three, 4, 5, 6, 18. There's 20, and then we multiply that group by 2. And then we've got 2 prisoner wagons with horses, and a number of wagons that look like some of these officials arrived in a really old style, imperial style. The activity in the neighborhood as you guys are walking down the street is like an organized chaos. You can see these well-plumed squire-like people in this very loud, almost throwback medieval type clothing, knocking on doors. When doors are not being opened, there are men with handheld battering rams that are battering down doors, and people are being brought out into the street.
Okay.
Some of these rough men that are clearly taking orders from deputies. These are people with stars on their badges on their lapels that mean that they are the law of the city. Are overseeing people being lined up out the street, and you can see that there are many unarmored but just ostentatiously dressed officials with imperial emblems on their lapels, writing things down in very long scrolls and like counting people. You could see people showing papers. You can also see some people without papers being dragged into the cart. It is
What?
It like you could either play. It is either the saddest thing that you've seen, or like the craziest thing, like with Benny Hill music going on in the background, or it's like, if you take the lens of, it's really showing the rights that certain people have in the Imperium.
The people going into carts.
Yep.
Are they just like a general spectrum? Is it all dudes? Is it like non-humans, humans?
You do see a man is arguing that he doesn't have his papers on him, and there's one of the thugs looks like he's about to hit him with a club when one of the deputies comes over and barks at the man who's going to hit him with a club. I told you to line them up, not to beat them. He just says he doesn't have his papers. Well, let's have a discussion with him first. And you notice the deputy takes this man off to the side. You can see some explaining, and the people that are in the cart so far, you can see. Let's see. There are 3 men in the carts. One is human, one is halfling, and the third is a kobold.
Are any of them old?
Ranging from young to middle age. You do see people like questioning old people, and you notice that Amadeus is caught up to them, and he's actually like a couple of guards try to stop him, but this really, really rotund Man, let's zoom in here. Knowledge local or knowledge nobility? Who's talking to an equally round but not quite as rotund man who looks like he could be a relative.
It's Fatty and the kid. So he's like, something's happening. Capra's just getting his paperwork out. He doesn't know who any of these people are.
Okay.
Capra's getting out his license to hunt rats.
What the fuck is going on here? Says Dugganschmirph. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but give me a minute here. I'm gonna change to something a little better.
Is anybody looking at us?
Nope. It doesn't look like they've gone that far down the street, but you do see that some people are coming out, and Granamir is looking really angry, and Granamir is like shaking his papers at somebody, and an officer is coming over. An Imperial officer is coming over to speak to Granamir.
All right. Sonny is. Does anybody in this group? This is going to be about the most stupidest.
Amadeus is being held back by what looks like one of these knights and a couple of his goons. And he's trying to get the attention of what looks like the sheriff, and the sheriff is like in a conversation, leaning on the wagon. He's actually sitting on the side of the wagon, kind of thing, and he's talking with this deputy, maybe. There is a very thin man in long robes, two of them, in fact, that are looking over some scrolls and kind of pointing at things, and like they seem to maybe be behind some of the organized chaos.
Sonny is.
Granamir, you can see, is being questioned by an officer, a squire, and there's half a dozen thugs standing around him, and a deputy. Like, it seems to be the weird coordinated. There are some people staring up at. Let me just move this big mob. They're like. There are some people that are in a confused state. There's a couple squires that, in this flurry of activity, that are kind of looking up at the Steelrose Mill, and they're looking at some piece of paper, and they seem really confused.
Capra's going to go talk to them.
Okay.
Because Sonny's not going to go talk to them.
Yeah, I think Dee Dee and Dugganschmirph are gonna wander forward. Mister is also with you, Sonny.
Okay. Oh, not Mister. All right. So Sonny will hang back.
What form is Desaad in when he was shopping?
When Desaad's doing his shopping, he's generally, when he's doing like the selling and stuff, he's generally in a higher level. Like he's dressed nicely. He's in an attractive, handsome person's disguise. I'm trying to see if I have an identity, or I might be using just a general appearance.
Okay. So Capra, Dugan, you feel Dugan resting on one of your horns, Capra, and you can hear Dee Dee fluttering behind you, kind of fretting a little bit.
Sirs, you're looking for papers?
You there!
Hi.
Halt in the name of the Imperial Census!
Hi, Census. I'm Capra.
You're who? Stand still!
Capra stops moving and he holds out his rat hunter's license.
Wait here to be counted.
Okay.
Shouldn't you be in your home, sir? Says this 18-year-old kid in really loud purple and yellow frilly uniform. This deputy comes over and he's barking at a bunch of other people.
I would be in my home, but I was told to stand here and wait to be counted. Now I'm getting confused.
Oh yes, the order did go out for people to return to their homes. Is this where you live?
Yes.
One of the officers or one of the squires takes your paperwork. Says here you're a resident at the Sylvan Reserve.
Oh yeah, but this is I work out of here. Because this is where all the Sylvan Reserve doesn't have a big rat problem. And you see, I catch rats and other monsters. And
Yes, you're a pure rat catcher.
yeah. So it's there's more monsters in the less fey areas, so that's where I am.
It doesn't say that this plant is in operation.
No, it's abandoned. That's started out trying to catch stuff here, and then all around the areas.
Ah, I see. What? We'll have to cross. He actually went to. He's not on the list here. We did go to the. We could cross-reference with our records from the Sylvan Reserve. Yes, there were a good number missing.
What's? Oh, you took a census to there too?
All of Southwall District will undergo census. It is that time of the cycle.
What's a census?
They look like they've got stuff to do. Give me a charisma or a diplomacy check. You're trying to ask these guys like what the fuck.
He thought initially that their name was he was introducing himself as Census.
Yep.
Apparently he didn't introduce. It's not a name.
Yep.
Diplomacy.
Marty, the song going to be Kev.
Okay. Where's Kev right now?
Kev's gonna be what does it say, by the way, on Kev's papers?
On Kev's papers? Give me a second.
ID papers, yeah.
Kev's papers, his name is Kev Garris. He's a retired sergeant in the Imperial Legion.
Okay.
So am I still supposed to stand here?
Yes, just wait here. Wait, they didn't give you your papers back, so you're like, you don't want to be wandering around without those. They're wandering over. Excuse me, Sheriff? Yes, what is it? It's awfully hot here today. Yes, it's hot, brother. We have a Fae over there. You see the one with the horns? Yes. What about him? I thought we counted the Fae yesterday. Yes, he may very well be one of the ones that weren't on the roster when we passed through the Sylvan Reserve. Fine. We'd like to check the Sylvan Reserve roster for the missing, the unaccounted for. Yes, the book is in the back. Go ahead. He jingles with some keys and
Capra's kind of like
pulls a key off and hands it to one of the Imperial squires. And good work, squire, says the deputy, and they look up at the deputy and give him a nod. You can see the wizard types kind of look up from their scrolls, and they catch wind of that conversation a bit, and the two of them are kind of looking up at the smoke that is coming out of the Steelrose Mill.
Yeah, I have to go in there. That's fine.
They end up going into the back of the wagon for a bit. What are the rest of you guys doing at this point? I think Capra's just waiting, right?
Capra's standing there waiting. He has official paperwork. He doesn't know about anybody else.
Yeah. Kev is approaching.
Capra, I got papers. I'm from the Sylvan Reserve as well.
Okay, then you probably want to be people look at
Right, I got papers as well from the Sylvan Reserve, but that doesn't mean that I fucking live there. What happens if we don't get counted? I don't want to be counted.
Well, what happens if they try to count you? You're not there.
Just fuck them.
Fuck you.
Sunny is sort of ducking down this alley, turning into a cow, and the two cows are just going to wander off. I'm going to go druid somewhere else for a while.
Okay, let's see.
Actually, Mark,
Let's see. A 1 in 3 chance somebody saw you. Let's see a 1. Oh no! Hey! There's a bunch of whistling going on. Hey!
Before they get there, Sunny will turn back into Sunny.
Okay. It is a deputy and a small horde of hired thugs that were set up strategically down an alleyway, like to try to like stop. You got a sense they were trying to stop people from leaving
doing
this
exactly
area.
what I was
exactly.
doing. Yeah.
Oh, there's like hundreds of people all crawling over this neighborhood and people kind of shuffling out of their buildings. You do see them chasing, like some of the thugs chasing people that are trying to run away for whatever reason.
Okay, Sunny's gonna attempt
Hey! Hey, you!
Yes?
Did you just use magic?
No.
Hey, get out into the street. Is that cow a person or a cow? It's a good question.
It's a cow? Oh.
You and your cow go into the street. You are to be counted. Did you know it is census?
Alright, I did not realize it was census. Only at Oakdale, not by the mean men, mister.
Funny looking cow. And they're just slowly herding, Sunny over towards.
Sunny's gonna get get a little bit of cow milk out and offer them with some milk.
The deputy just pushes the milk away. He doesn't slap it from your hand, but he just kind of like, would you like some milk?
Would you like some milk? See, it's a cow.
Hey, you. You. Deputy's talking to you.
Oh.
Get there in the line. Get there.
It's Sergeant. Sergeant, actually. I'm retired, but...
We got a retired sergeant, yeah?
Hey, wait a minute. I remember you. You're, come on. We were in this, my cousin. And I started to spin the crazy story about how his...
Who are you spinning the story to?
I'm actually approaching the deputy, this guy over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I remember
you. Power to try to convince him that they're friends.
Yeah, it's been a while. How have you been? 39.
This is a bluff check?
You have to give Marty the name of the power so he knows what he's doing.
Oh, sorry. This is just a bluff check.
Oh, you're just lying to him?
I'm just lying to the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, we're friends. You remember the...
Is this a feat, though?
This is I'm using a feat to give me a bonus. It is just a straight bluff check, but the feat is called...
There you go. Name that feat. You can do it.
False friend.
Okay. It's a rogue talent.
Easy.
They get a +4 bonus making bluff checks to convince someone she has never met, who doesn't know her really well, that they are previously acquainted to or know each other well.
Yeah, don't worry. Here, I got my papers and everything. Grabs his belly. Things have gotten a little out of control once I've, stopped doing the service, but you guys are still doing your thing. That's good.
Oh.
So the DC would be the sense motive, and if you call it a far-fetched lie, he gets a +4, and then
we hunted that dragon together. Remember?
Now it's impossible. Then he gets a -20.
All right, so that you guys know each other and that you guys are well acquainted. Okay. He looks at you. He doesn't seem to recognize you. There's some confusion across his face. The DC of this will be 10 plus wisdom plus a rank, 1626.
So what? Oh, sorry, what do you want me to roll?
You
Your
got
bluff.
39.
39.
Yeah.
Be honest, sir, I don't quite remember. I see a lot of faces, especially with the census this year.
Yeah. So what's happening here? I'm kind of new to the area. You guys are doing the census here?
He like
Yeah.
you were offering your papers or whatever. You looked
Sure.
at your papers. Retired sergeant, eh? Must be it.
Aye. Yep.
My brother served in the Legion.
Must be a good man.
Legion makes you hard. Policing's where it's at.
It's all in the service, right? For the Emperor.
Yes, all hail the undying emperor. Long
Yep,
live
yep.
the Imperium.
I didn't hear what you said.
Long live the Imperium.
Long live.
Well, we're counting. This place is just like awful with people. Everyone's all dug in, staying in places that they shouldn't. This building's supposed to be condemned. I hear that there's people living in it.
Oh, you know, from what I know, is those Bikia guys. Bikia guys going around and cleaning things up. This is probably one of their places.
Smoke's not supposed to be coming out of there. In fact, we've asked some of the neighbors if people live here, and apparently they do.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So where are you staying? One of these buildings home for you?
Around here, I saw a large congregation of you guys coming down here, so I figured I'd come down and take a look.
Hmm.
No, I'm a bit pointing up to the where the wharf is, not the wharf, the boats, where we were actually earlier.
Tell you what, just stand over there. We'll figure out which neighborhood you live in.
The fisherman.
Yeah, we haven't quite made it all the way to the harbor districts yet. You just wait here, and we'll get you accounted ahead of time. It'll save you some problem later.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Plus, you're not going to get through the barricade over there. We got too many men crawling through this neighborhood. You wouldn't want to get shot.
Well, hell no. Not my age.
Yeah, the deputies do have guns. They've got pistols. Some of them are carrying muskets. The ruffians look like they just hired like a gang's worth of guys to do like the heavy lifting of dragging people out of their homes that were resistant, and just added manpower. Do you know this guy?
Who's he referring
Pointing
to?
at Sonny.
Oh, Sonny! Oh, you stupid bastard! I was coming to visit him.
Oh, where do you live?
At
the mill?
You were staying with the greasy guy out of town, right?
Oh, yeah. We heard there are some vagrants here. All right, don't worry. We'll get this all settled.
Yeah, I think he was just collecting his stupid cow. Keeps walking around everywhere.
I was just passing through. I'm truly from an orchard.
You listen to the deputy. Yeah. And they're kind of like inviting you to like run away. They back off a little bit when they saw
I
that.
was just thinking about his spell list going,
Yep.
It'd be funny to see a ball of water with a bunch of these dudes just rolling down the street.
Meanwhile, these two squires come out. They talk for a little bit with a knight, an armored man with a pole arm, just sort of waiting and watching everything. They're pointing up at the building. Their confusion seems to gather the attention of a man in plain black robes, but a beautiful golden emblem around his neck. Everyone sort of stiffens in salute as he walks over. they actually salute him when he walks over, and he just sort of like waves off the salute, like he's tired of doing it. What have we here? We've got some fae that we missed yesterday. This one is Capra.
Capra waves. Hi.
May I have your last name? Capra Nighthorn. He's with the Imperial Office of Public Health and Safety. Rat catcher, 0th class. Why am I looking at smoke coming from the top of that factory? Don't know. Oh, I know. The vagrants that live up there. I see. An unregistered dwelling. How original.
Excuse me, may I say a thing?
Okay, you notice that Amadeus has managed to convince, like, he's moving, and he's gone over and he's been intercepted by the senior deputy, one of the big guys, and Amadeus is trying to like give him something, and he's pointing up at the building. This building, to my knowledge, is set to be condemned. We're going to have to clear it of vagrants.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Capra, you're like, excuse me?
Excuse me?
Dugganschmirph's like, fuck.
Hello?
What is it?
The
Rat catcher class 0, and he holds your papers out.
Oh, you'll take them.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a fire going in there. There's a bunch of monsters that have been coming up from the sewers out of this place, and we've been killing them. There's been a giant lizard. There's a bunch of rust monsters. Those things are terrible. When you get infestation of rust monsters, they chew up magic and wealth and buildings or factories, and you see what they do to trains. And then they've had problems with some one unseelie. There's some big problems under this city, and you need people taking care of it. So if you're wondering what the smoke is there, the smoke is just for helping with the.
I found him. Yes, he's one of the unaccounted for in the Sylvan Reserve. Then you can cross him off the list. Given that you're an Imperial servant, perhaps you might know where the other ferries are. And he grabs the list from the officer, and he starts naming names, and then he gets to some names that you know. A Miss Dewdrop Sun Petal. A Pixie.
Yeah.
He starts naming some other fairy names. You're like, you know who they are, you just don't know that they're there. You know where she dwells or where she is.
Yeah, she's been helping me.
Hi!
It's right here.
Oh, it's Pixie. I see that, Squire.
Yeah, a lot of the some of the fae are really hard to see sometimes, so you have to like use magics to see them, and it's just like habit for them. But Duty is a good servant of the Imperium of Man, and she follows the decree of the last Fae Lord. And she's helping me with the monsters and to make sure that everybody gets to be safe and healthy.
I understand. We are simply doing a census, which means that we need to count people and where they live. Where do you live?
Was she talking to me or talking to her?
Yeah, both. He asked to the both of you.
Currently, I camp out there to hunt the monsters.
Ah, and you, dear.
Oh, yeah, I camp over there to help Capra monster stuff.
I see. You have to vacate this building. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Ah. They were counting something in the bag. As sheriff of the Southwall District. Yes, Cedric, I know who you are.
He's so rotund. He can't say a shoe sound.
I do have the ability and the power to rezone parcels of land. Yes, Sheriff. Have we decided you're going to rezone another parcel of land? Yes! This great building? The Steelrose Mill. Yes, exactly. This great building, I do declare, Sheriff Southwall District, is suitable for inhabitants. It is now a residential zone. Ah, I see. Then we're going to have to count the people who stay here. Yes, of course. And they will also receive a bill for their taxes. Very well, Cedric. Sheriff to them. Yes, sheriff to us all. All right. Good work. The Imperial administrator rolls his eyes a little bit, just sort of waits for the sheriff to totter off. You can see that the deputy is talking to Amadeus, and I'm going to spend some of Amadeus's money because he attempted to. Basically, he bribed the sheriff to make sure that his friends weren't going to get evicted.
Psst. I don't think he's a very good sheriff. Capra's telling his secret to the administrator.
He looks at you. He gives you a look like, you're fucking joking, right? Yes. Yes, I found it. Dewdrop. Perhaps the two of you could help with some of the others that we are missing.
I know that one. Duggan! You follow me, you little shit.
How do you fucking... You fucking did, Capra.
Yes, there is a Dugganschmirph.
It's Smurf, you idiot.
Yeah, that's Earf.
Dugganschmirph and a vagrant named Kev was supposed to be at a domicile down the road. 27 Cavendish Lane. And you realize that they're talking about the building that you guys found Dugganschmirph in. Yes. Is this voice Dugganschmirph?
You're not being very polite.
Right, I am the mighty Dugganschmirph. I am him. Here are my papers. They're wee.
He hands over papers. They're regular size. It's just he's annoyed at them. The Imperial administrator does not take the papers from Duggan. The Imperial squire does, and they go, and this vagrant...
Capra's looking.
Which one are you looking at?
Are you talking about retired sergeant? Yeah, there's a Kev over there.
Kind of smells like pee.
It says that he was a tenant of Dugganschmirph. And you notice that they're looking at a book that is cross-referencing, and it looks like a bunch of handwritten notes. Like they've also been interrogating neighbors to talk about who lives next door.
Mm.
And you realize that they're cross-referencing where people live to get a proper accounting. There is a combination of thuggery, intimidation, administration, and some cunning that is put behind counting everyone.
Alternately, you could have us not live with the chaotic wastes of the Southwall. This is the alternate version where it's like, no,
There is a DM point that Slake walks outside.
Right then.
All right.
Get back in the fucking I'm a first or something.
All right, give me a perception check as Slake has walked into that place where Agony usually looks at things.
Capra's got a good perception. Sonny's roll Sonny's.
I'm getting the sods here.
Slake will help out. Sure, Fox. we got you. So Capra's perception is 26. Sonny's perception is a
29 to sod.
32, 33.
Who else lives in this domicile of Imperial Administrator? We've got a problem over here. You know, see, sir, you can handle this, right? Who else lives in this domicile? Have them come out and present themselves, or we will have to send folks in.
Yeah, can I go get him?
Yes.
All right.
He's already been counted? Yes, this is Capra. He's a rat catcher. Rat catcher?
He's running the fuck off. He's ready to fucking tackle Slake and fucking stupid asshole. What's wrong with you?
You there! Come on down!
Yeah, give him a minute. We don't want him to be in his armor. It's going to be real, people get touchy. Just a minute to take it off.
So this is interrupting. Well, by then, Slake's ability points would have been back.
Yeah,
so
would have come back.
Capra's pulling Slake in.
Yep.
All right, who the fuck's in this place?
You know that the Minotaur and the Kobold are here.
Okay.
Agony is somewhere deep in the place.
Cog's here.
Okay, we're gonna put.
Cog is also here.
And
We're
also
sticking Slake and Agony.
Hella? Tella?
Tella.
I gotta remember her fucking name.
So Slake and Agony are being basically put in like.
You both still melt in the furnace, right?
You there! Come on out! You could hear they saw somebody.
They saw somebody. Yeah, no, so Capra's gonna go find some people.
Okay.
So he's
Agony was like meditating, and the kobold was also meditating with him.
All right, I need to borrow your kobold.
we're gonna grab the kobold. We're gonna grab the minotaur, and we're going to. Do we have no other humanoids? Do we have any shitty helm that would we just need a helm. We need a hat.
Okay, so you're gonna try to make a disguise check to make someone look like Slake?
Yep.
Give me a disguise check. You're grabbing some armor and some bits.
Yep, we're grabbing some armor and some bits, or we're gonna make Rakmarin look like Slake. Or so
Okay.
it was just a big thing with armor on. So we're just gonna say it's him without the armor.
All right.
Yeah, we have this Minotaur guy.
Okay. Given that a villain point was spent, the DC is 20 to do this. There's going to be a -2 penalty for size.
Okay. All right, and I'm just checking.
I'm trying to figure out if I can get the sod in there to help you.
Cog, you're there. You're there. You're doing stuff. And there's a hero. There's a hero.
Shit.
There's a hero point
Yeah, no,
being
you get
spent.
yourself. You guys don't breathe, so you guys get yourself into a place where, like, we want to put them in the septic tank. Like, just get into the septic tank and go to the bottom. And Agony can go in a furnace and just be in places where the humans can't go to look.
Okay.
I know it smells. Get in there, all the way to the bottom.
So you're sticking Slake and
Just sit at the bottom of the
Capra
septic tank.
and Taylor into the septic tank.
Into the septic tank. You know.
Okay.
Just keep
It
your
doesn't
holes
smell,
closed.
so I guess. Why are we in here again?
Just shut up and get the
Okay, so you're stooshing your constructs in.
We're stooshing. Okay, the best case scenario, they get called people, and there's a problem. Worst case scenario, they get called property, and it's an even bigger problem.
Okay, and then what are you doing with Agony?
Well, I'd like to. Is he? How much fire resistance does he have?
5.
Oh, not very good.
He could go into like the beginning part of the furnace and not deep in the furnace.
Do you have paperwork?
My temple has my paperwork. I did not find it amongst my things.
Yeah, we don't want you sent back there. You just go for a sit in the. You know.
You're opening up the furnace and making Agony go inside. It is pretty warm in here. And you notice that there's a flare of blue from the little insignia that that Dee Dee had. Like, you are stretching the limit of endure elements plus his 5 fire resistance. Like, I will try to stay in here as long as I can.
All right, you have a good old.
He will cast a resist energy and go in.
All right, good
fire
job.
spell that's 20 fire resistance. So he climbs into the furnace and is going to find a cold spot in the furnace, relatively speaking.
You just stay in there till we come and get you.
Why
or till you run out of those spells.
Why am I wearing a hat?
You're wearing a hat because you took off your full plate. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if he wears full plate, but he has. I do not own a set of full plate.
That's okay. It's okay. We're just going to go outside and talk to some people. They're going to count us. We're going to ask you where you're from. Okay, and then we'll just, where are you from anyway?
They've been pretty trusting of you guys so far. They've been with you for about 10 days, so they're going to nod, but they get a little nervous when they go outside and notice that there is a group of thugs and deputies that are heading into the building because you're taking too long.
Yep. Okay, we're coming out.
Okay.
Sorry, we're coming. We're coming. We just have to take his armor off.
There's a squire, and the building's pretty big. There are 6 thugs and a couple of deputies they look intent on like looking in the building. We're gonna have a look around here. Is this all the people that we have found inside?
Yep, it's all the people you're gonna find inside. The hero point immediate use. Perfect. So for that disguise check, you said the DC is 22?
Yeah, the guy who saw Slake, you're trying to make like something believable.
Think he's missing, not think Slake is missing.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a +6. I will cast a hero. Heroism. And a hero point used before the roll is a plus. How much again?
8.
So.
Okay.
He took his armor off.
You notice the guy who was like looking, kind of just like he saw it, like he's no longer worried about it. Is these deputies and this Imperial Squire stays outside to take accounting of who these people are. Rakmarin Tun. Let's see. 1 doesn't have his papers. 2 had papers, but they're gone. They were gone when he got captured, and then 3, for some reason, still has his papers. Okay, so no, he explains that he lost them, and it's most unfortunate. We'll have to we'll have to levy a small fine, and then you'll have to re-register. It will take maybe about an hour, and then the kobold has her papers. Oh yes, dear, you're a bit far from home. He looks at the kobold papers. He just hands them right back. He marks down a number and then just hands them back. He's kind of looking at the kobold. I don't know, sense motive. I don't know if you care, but what his reaction with the kobold is.
Capra gets a 22.
Okay.
24, actually. Cast my hero.
Yes, so bloody many of them. We practically went to their neighborhood and gave up.
Yeah, they kind of, you know.
Capra's making a loot gesture. It's so kobolds are one of the things where, you know, if you're not careful, 2 kobolds makes like 8 kobolds, and 8 kobolds makes like 164 kobolds, 164
Yes,
kobolds,
indeed.
like
We still have 100 people in that neighborhood counting. We started there first, probably end up there last. The problem is keeping them all in one spot, he says. We suspect that some people are being counted twice. There's old kobold adage. Always walk in single file to hide your numbers.
When certain times when you're hunting certain things, like small things, you're trying to find all of them. You take like a die and you die one of the nails, so that when you catch them again, you can see if you already got them once.
Okay. Rakmarin gets pushed off to one of the wagons where he has to stand in line to like get issued temporary papers. This man talks to you for a while. Apparently, he was impressed that you were. He's one of the guys that identified you initially, and you're a rat catcher. You're on his side.
You're on their team.
Yep.
Yeah.
He dismisses the kobold, and she just sort of waits behind Capra. He continues to talk though. Single file though. I suspect they're making a giant circle.
Yeah.
More kobolds means more people. More people means more aid to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I suspect the Imperial.
I see how they're doing it. It's like a scam.
I suspect that the Imperials, the Imperial builders and architects, will at some point knock some of these buildings and old factories down.
I thought that's what the Vecker guys are for. I think we got a guy that comes around once in a while and cuts up the building.
Yeah, we're talking about proper demolition.
Oh, okay.
Pave the way to the future, as they say.
This place is getting a little bit run down. You know, there's
Yes, there have been reports of some gang violence. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Oh, gang violence. We mostly just make certain that there's no like pests or dangerous things going on. But we did have a couple of people nearby that were like fighting,
Yes.
and they were like attacking some of the nearby shops. And we, you know, you step in and help where you can.
The sheriff proclaims that all the streets are safe and perfectly clean. But to be honest, we could use more people like you, Ratcatcher for Zeus class.
Yeah, our sheriff, he's good at...
He stops.
He eats a lot.
Sergeant! You and the old man! Come down this way.
Yeah, come on there, buddy.
Well, you're in luck, sir, he says to Sonny.
Yes.
Apparently our sheriff has seen it fit in his in a magnanimous gesture to decree that this building is fit for habitation by both residents and citizens. There you go. You are considered a resident of this fine, rusty, rezoned mill.
Oh, hell, is that right?
Yes, Sergeant. And he What is your name, and do you have your papers?
Sonny.
Sergeant, does he have his papers?
He lost them a while ago. I take care of him a lot. So you know what? If he's gonna be staying here, just sign me up as being here as well, because I take care of my friend. He's not. He's
Oh.
not.
You live here?
I visit here so often that if he's gonna be staying here and it's his place, I'll stay and make sure he's good. You know what I mean?
Squire, I believe I found the missing vagrant named Kev. Yes, that is what the neighbor of 47 Cavendish Lane said. There's the
Yeah. Yeah,
yes,
she never.
Your landlord was Dugganschmirph, and you're the vagrant Kev.
Those people never liked me.
I see. Apparently, they now dwell here. They're lucky. It will stave off demolition.
Excellent.
And they end up putting your name. They fill in the name and they cross something out, and then they ask your papers again and write in like a serial number, and they make a star beside your name. Like they fill in some sort of insignia that looks like it's making reference to your military service. There's a similar note also beside Capra's name that you see.
Gentlemen, appreciate your good work you're doing here.
It's 2 crossed dead rats on a dead rat motif.
No, it's more like that you are a public servant or an ex-military, and then they actually wrote in what you were, sort of thing. They take
Remember,
note of
service
your,
from Kevin. You know where to find me.
They also update that your residency is in the Steelrose Mill, and then they find out that Sonny doesn't have papers. They put Sonny in a line behind the Minotaur.
Kevin's like, this way, Sonny. We're gonna stand here and get you some papers. I'll help you out. Don't worry about that, buddy.
Hear that, Mr. Read the papers.
Yes, he talks to his cow. I don't know why. Maybe to his wife or something, but it's a thing now.
Okay, there's a bunch of thugs that are looking bored, kind of chewing on something gross and spitting on the ground. There are some officials that are in the back of this wagon that are questioning people as they do not have papers. You hear some of the questions. Rakmarin does not remember his serial number, the serial number on his papers, so they basically give him a temporary pass that kind of marks him as being counted by the census. When he's asked where he lives, he points to the Steelrose Mill, and then they give him a document that's effectively something that he needs to bring to an office somewhere to be reissued his papers. And he's warned that there will be a fine that is accompanying this, and the fine is 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll cover that for him. Don't worry about that.
Oh, the fine happens when he goes and gets
okay. When he goes, okay.
Papers. They also, because he lost his papers, they don't ask other questions. Like
he makes shit up.
There's no other questions asked, so he leaves with this stuff and it just goes and stands off to the side. Next.
Yeah, fine, gentlemen.
Sonny comes forward. Mr.
You can leave the cow over there.
Isn't Mr. large now?
No, not yet.
After training, I think she's large. 7th level, I think she gets big. You can leave the heifer over there.
Oh, she's eating a lot these days. Oh.
Name?
Sonny.
Yeah, his name is Sonny.
Excuse me?
Your last name, sir.
It's the name of usually your father. You remember the name of your father, Sonny?
What was the name of the apple orchard? Give me a second. I'm having one of those. Why did you remember all the fucking background? I'm having one of those.
The Goodman Orchards, was it?
I think it was Goodman. Goodman.
Right. Have you ever had issue of papers before?
No, I was born on the orchard. Outside of the city.
You're undocumented. Another one. They look annoyed. How did you get to your age without being documented?
Lucky, I suppose.
I'll just put it this way: he's probably been documented and lost it, and documented and lost it.
I'm pretty certain this is my first census.
Yes, yeah. This is your first birthday's also coming up there, Sonny. Bluff check that this guy really needs help.
My first
to go easy on him.
My first birthday was 6 months ago. You know that.
Yeah, and he's not lying, so he's very honest about that. They believe it. Wow, he's crazy.
Occupation?
Apple picker. I like tending gardens.
Do you or ever have manifested any magical abilities? Do you possess any magical abilities? Do you suspect that you possess the power of magic in any form?
Gentlemen, he starts
Nature
laughing.
speaks.
The only magic he's got is stalking his damn cow and pooping out his right side. That's about it.
Would you like to speak to Mr.
Oh, God. Just don't get him started, please. Last time he talked to the cow for like hours. Seriously.
Sonny, give me a bluff check.
Can I leave?
And you can aid.
Can I leave?
No. You can aid, though. You're trying to distract the guy from answering the question, but
I auto-aid.
Yep.
All right, Sonny. What's your charisma again? 10.
One guy's DC 15, the other guy's DC 20.
4. No, I don't know magic.
All right, wait there. All right, I'll fetch the Archmage.
Archmage.
Okay, got another one. A man with two guys in full plate and plumes. Definitely his guards. There is a crafty-looking man. He looks like he's like early, not even quite middle-aged. He has the keen look of a wizard, though. His eyes scrutinize Sonny. Stand back. The Imperial Knight pulls the sergeant over.
Yeah,
cast
sure.
A spell. He's actually using a rod and casting a spell.
I'll send way back. I'll stay away from this guy. I'll send back here. Maybe behind the cow.
Spellcraft check?
Yeah. I wonder if this works on me. I rolled an 18 and I had lots.
It's casting Arcane Sight.
Oh.
Oh, let's just get over here. Stay away from that.
Now, certain things weren't very useful against me. I wonder if this is on that list.
Squire, could you please cease wasting my power? While the might of the Imperium is endless, a single wizard's spells are not. Yes, apologies, Archwizard. He did not answer the question directly. Yes, we're in the slums. Everyone's prone to lie. Especially these people. Get on with it. Yes, Imperial Administrator. he looks worried, and he's kind of quiet as he's stamping some papers. There you go. You are to present this to the Office of Citizenship. There will be a small fine for you getting papers so late in life. I suggest you do this within 3 months. You do not want to be caught without them, Sonny Goodman.
Thank you, sir.
Squire, actually.
Squire.
You notice that he put a big X through, like, the whole magical section just kind of gets crossed off on your form, and he flips to a new page which has all the form pre-filled out and are like ready. And
call for Mr. And that was
under weirdness of Sunny, I'm going to spend a DM point to say that Sunny does not register with magical detection spells, like spells that are
detect law, detect chaos.
No, his magical abilities cannot be discerned by divinations.
The magic itself. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's interesting. Because I was like, alternately, it was like, you're drafted. Whatever. You're now mine going into the Imperial juice box.
You've had a chance now to kind of watch the people that they're dragging in. It looks like they're also searching for known criminals, and it's people who have outstanding warrants and fines that they are rounding up during this time.
They're not taking Dugan away.
Nope.
He doesn't get caught.
They now know where he lives, though.
Yep.
You guys are all kind of just standing out front, and you can see the big Minotaur in a stupid hat. It's actually the helmet to Slake's full plate.
Yep.
It's kind of jammed over one of his horns. Do I still have to wear this?
It looks good on you.
They seem to give Granomir a hard time. There's something about his paperwork that doesn't seem right, but he ends up in a wagon, and then he's actually like just glaring at people as he's walking back towards his shop. And pretty soon this whole organized chaos of counting people moves to a different part of your neighborhood, and it just sort of washes over the city, or at least the district, and perhaps other places of the city, as the Imperial Census of the year 304, we're going to finally sign a year to the world, is underway.
Yeah, well, safe travels when you go to the next one. Make certain you'll be careful with all the things. Southwall could be a crazy place, And
the Squire on the way.
Okay. Let me just check my notes, see if I got everything I needed. Actually, my notes were tour de shit. This is apparently it was all upstairs, because those were my notes for tonight. I created some tokens and tour de sheriff plus Imperial Census. Yeah, this insanity moves on. The Imperium in their bureaucratic ways just moves from the neighborhood, and you are left to your own devices.
Fox, that particular comment. Honestly, in D&D, there's always a chance that a random beggar could be a 20th level character. Yes. Yes, there is.
What the fuck was that all about?
I apparently have a last name now.
Oh, what is it, Sonny?
Goodman.
I like it. You're a good man. Very, very good man. Yeah, mister. Yeah, you've been pooping lots.
She's been eating a lot.
Capra, you're like, oh, thinking of poop.
Oh yeah. We'll go get Agony first.
We get Agony out.
Yeah, Agony's a little singed looking, like there's still a blue glow from his abjuration. It did look like people had wandered through here. Some of them sifted through your stuff. I don't know. Some of the thugs may have lifted 9 gold pieces worth of your alchemical components cog from your bench, like somebody swiped a thing.
Fuckers.
They drink it to go blind. It's not that kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, all right, and then we're gonna go to
the thugs might have been paid by the things you shake out of people's pockets when they're caught running away, kind of thing. You get the sense that they just kind of, there's enough thugs in Southwall to basically hire your own personal army if you had enough money. Let's go back to the stairwell.
We'll get the big stick for stirring the septic tank, and we'll poke at it.
What did you do to Edgar? Let's. I think we need to move back a moment.
Oh, we do have to move back a moment.
I think Edgar was stuck in the rat den, in one of the cages.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick him in one of the cells.
Hmm.
He is also going to be manacled, I think, because I think he's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Let me see, rat den. Delilah is now with the Norn. Azradel's going insane in his cell, and you still have this weird guy named Gregor.
Mm-hmm.
You never let out. These guys have been in here for a couple months. Oh, that's funny.
It's better than that or death.
All right. You still got the girl statue, which is just covered with a tarp very quickly, and they didn't really look under it because it wasn't moving. They only did a cursory search through this place. They did not go into the basement.
If they did, it would have been hilarious.
You should watch the basement. You're gonna get butt bit off.
What the fuck was all that about? The fucking Imperials.
Who, Cog, who you probably should know. Who, you need a hosen. Who?
Yes.
Dee Dee creating water from afar, basically. Agony is, I'm out of second circle spells.
Who?
I'm apparently a good man.
Oh.
Let me say a good girl. No one make fun of how big Mister is.
Oh, wow. Doesn't that mean she's ready for eat? Never mind.
No one make fun of how big Brekmarin is.
He takes off the stupid hat and throws it down.
There we go.
Capra throws Slake the helm.
Yep.
So, I've only seen that happens every few years, so we should be good. We just need to get your paperwork, and then we'll all be fine.
All right, so that was interrupting your downtime a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of go on with your lives, I guess. Dee Dee, let's see. Dee Dee, we're going to say with a mark DM point. Dee Dee doesn't have any money, and I think it's Mark's fault. That she discovered somebody who can cast Break Enchantment, and then the party needs to decide whether they're going to spend money on that. Like she found a caster, basically.
Cool.
What is the formula? 25 times spell level?
I think it's 10 times spell level.
10 times 5 times 9 is 450 gold.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
All right, done.
Adam, does Break Enchantment get them out of this?
Yeah, Break Enchantment works. believe there's a DC to it, though. A cast level check, DC 1d20 plus cast level against the cast level of the effect.
Right.
It activates the spell.
Yep. What's the spell of the effect, or the DC of the effect?
It is a caster level 15 effect. So it would have a. It doesn't have a. It's not guaranteed to work.
Right. Okay. Dee Dee will spend 450, and the caster is willing to cast the spell until eventually it works as part of the bargain.
Yep, that's fine.
And
return the kid to the orphanage.
Return the kid to the orphanage.
Okay.
So that was Dee Dee trying to close off some. She'll warn the nuns not to let them play with any strange toys and kind of redouble their.
A place to check in on for magic toys or toys that radiate.
Capra Dugganschmirph finishes their trading. So does Slake. We'll see if does Slake find these tools. These tools are super rare, and Slake isn't very charismatic. So I'm going to say 5 or lower. He finds a tool. He does not find a tool in his week of searching. Cog, you said you're going to craft in your downtime?
Yeah, I'm going to recraft Tella.
Okay.
All right. Craft.
Give me a clockwork check.
Yep. Oh, I will drink my Crafter's Fortune. I believe that gives me a +5.
Sure.
I think I don't remember the bar. It's 4 or 5. I just don't. Yeah, it's 5. So
The DC of this will be 15 plus, I don't know, double level. So
37.
Yeah, the DC is 21. Okay. So Taylor is up and functional.
Okay, how much does that cost?
I
might not have enough.
1,000 gold pieces.
I need 90 gold pieces from someone.
You could take that out of the party slush if you want.
All right.
And then Taylor needs to train to 3rd level.
90. Where's the parties under?
Because I think she's. No, wait. Torchbearers are 5 or 6 levels, 4 levels behind. I'm going to read Torchbearer.
Torchbearers, I thought were just 2nd level.
No, I think they are a range behind the.
She's 2nd now.
You're 5th level when you gain your torch. She's 4 levels behind, so she could train to 3rd.
Okay.
Training cost for 2nd to 3rd is.
Yeah, I don't have any money to train her, so she can wait.
300. Take it out of the flush.
Where is that party treasure?
Mm-hmm.
Another 40 doses of holy water is created
For Slake.
Slake.
Oh, that first evil outsider on the thing that we pinned down. He's got 124 flasks of holy water in the barrel. Nice.
Yeah. Additionally, Sunny, now that he's got his Mystic Thurge, he can start putting slots and spells in other classes' slots. So in downtime, he could be like, do you want 10 or 15 of these things in one day? It's a thing he can do now.
Nice. And then Amadeus spent time hunting minor criminals, and the reason why he knew about the census and came running with money was because he found out through the office where he hands in
Is something bad going to happen? Yes,
Yeah,
something bad
so
is
he
going to
makes 10 gold that week. I will add that directly to his sheet.
Right, so we need to figure out a way to make money.
Yeah. Well, if I can, if we can find some big monsters, then we can kill the big monsters, and then we can get the reward for the big monsters.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
know what
right.
the big monsters are.
Yep, you always, is that why you're always collecting the monster bits? The monster bits?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good way to make money.
Alright. I'll let... Before we get to my idea, and he glances over at Agony, and there's this evil grin that passes his face, we'll see if we can do your idea.
Okay. What's your idea?
Nothing.
You notice him glancing around. He's looking for something. He can't quite see it. He hears humming, and he's now glancing at a bunch of braids that are appearing in Mistress' long hair.
Yes, your hair's gone. God, they're really nice.
You can tell Dugan doesn't want to say in front of Dee Dee.
Okay. So, it's one of those sorts of things. Okay. Yeah. You don't want to raise taxes, do you?
What? Says Agony.
Well, he's got a bad idea. He's doing the.
It bugs you when I do this, doesn't it?
It looks like a fly when they're cleaning themselves.
Here's payment for the Mad Gatter, says Agony. It's the last bit of the treasure, and you've scooped into the slush fund, but the money that you owe Mad Gatter, he hands over to Capra.
Oh yeah. Hey, we should bring it. Hey, Cog, you should come too.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yes, of course.
No. Sorry. Did we pay the clock guy yet, or is he still on the list?
You guys paid the clock guy. I subtracted that money. The money that you promised to pay the guy whose shop got wrecked because you guys had a gang.
Because we're
he's
goody
been
two
made
shoes.
square.
Little
Yep.
goody two shoes. Yeah.
Dugan's sleight of hand is 21 right now, and his disabled device is plus 25. His stealth is plus 27. He's a pretty damn good sneak thief.
Nice.
Yeah. So we could look for big monsters, or we could check with my uncle if we have to, but I'd rather not go talk to him about that.
I'm interested in seeing how this works with monsters, says Amadeus.
Oh, it's really easy. You just find them, and you ask if anybody owns them, and you check if anybody wants to, if they can be exterminated, relocate, or domesticate. And then you exterminate.
You seem to always be interested in monster bits, Kev.
Yeah, do you want to? We can get you a real job instead of being a stinky bomb all the time. You could be. See, when we were talking with the people, they were treating me all nice like because I helped the Imperium with being safe and keeping people from being killed. And you could do that too. So we could go.
Well, I don't mind you trying it.
Okay then. So we could go and see if there's a thing, or we could see if Uncle has. Let's try because they're all around and stuff. We should probably make certain. They were also talking about. Capra's like
starting 4 sentences and ending one of the 4.
The thing, and then so they were there. They knew about the fighting in the streets with the gang stuff, so we probably want to avoid gangs for a little bit, especially if